Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of software engineering. This video is brought to you by Newton's Group of Institutions in association with Redefined Solutions. This is Arvind Egreddy, CEO Redefined Solutions. In this video, we will discuss about establishing the groundwork. Many organizations deliver products with dozens or even hundreds of teams. For these organizations to control their project throughout its performance requires that they collect appropriate information, evaluate the performance compared with their plans, and share the findings with the project stakeholders. So before a full revolution can take place, the industry must make incremental gains and seek niche application in parallel with the advancement in the technology groundwork. Coming to establishing the groundwork, in an ideal setting, stakeholders and software engineers work together on the same team. In such cases, requirement engineering is simply a matter of conducting meaningful conversations with colleagues who are well-known members of the team. We discuss the steps required to establish the groundwork for an understanding of software requirements to get the project started in a way that will keep it moving forwards towards a successful solution. In the first phase, we need to identify the stakeholders. Stakeholder is anyone who benefits in a direct or indirect way for the system which is being developed. The usual stakeholders are business operations managers, product managers, marketing people, internal and external customers, end users, consultants, product engineers, software engineers, support and maintenance engineers. Here, each stakeholder has a different view of the system, which achieves different benefits when the system is successfully developed and is open to different risks in the development effort should fail. Next, we need to recognize multiple viewpoints. Because many different stakeholders exist, the requirements of the system will be explored from many different points of the view. Each of these constituencies will contribute information to the requirement engineering process. And information from multiple viewpoints is collected. Emerging requirements may be inconsistent or may conflict with one another. So here, we should categorize all stakeholders' information in a way that will allow decision makers to choose an internally consistent set of requirements for the system. Then, the working towards collaboration. If 5 stakeholders are involved in a software project, we may have 5 different opinions about the proper set of requirements. Here, the customers must collaborate among themselves and with software engineers who are the practitioners if a success of the system is to be the result. So here, the job of the requirements engineer is to identify the areas of commonality and area of conflicts or inconsistency. Collaboration does not necessarily mean that the requirements are defined by the committee. In many cases, stakeholders collaborate by providing their view of requirements, but a strong project champion may make the final decision about which requirements make the cut. And last groundwork, what we need to do is asking the first question. So here, questions asked at the inception of the project should be context free. The first set of context free questions focus on the customers and other stakeholders, the overall project goal and benefits. We might ask who is behind the request for this work, who will use the solutions, what will be the economic benefit of a successful solution, is there any other source for the solution that we need. So these questions help to identify all the stakeholders who will have interest in the software to be built. In addition, these questions identify the measurable benefits of a successful implementation and possible alternatives to the custom software development. The next set of questions enables us to gain a better understanding of the problem and allows the customer to voice his or her perceptions about the solution. How would we characterize good output that would be generated by a successful solution? What problems will this solution address? Can we show us the business environment in which the solution will be used? Will the special performance issues or constraints affect the way the solution is approached? And the final set of questions focus on the effectiveness of the communication activity itself. So here, are we the right person to answer these questions? Are our answers official? Are my questions relevant to the problem that we have? Am I asking too many questions? Can anyone else provide the additional information? Or should I believe asking you anything else? So these questions will help to break the ice and initiate the communication that is essential to the successful electation. So here we need to establish the groundwork and we need to focus on these four things. That is, we need to identify the stakeholders, recognize the multiple viewpoints, and we need to work towards the collaboration and ask the first question. That's all for now. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for the latest notifications. Thank you one and all for watching my video.